All right, this one's for you, Virgo. Hi, welcome to your Tarot Lumination General Report for November 2017, and that's you, Virgo. Okay, we've done this before. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. You know the drill. Squish it together and rewrite, reinterpret to make it work for you. Okay, no jumpers, no oracles. Uh, no reversals, none of that. We're just going to keep it simple, like a heart spread reading. I hope you get it. Hope you get something out of it. Thank you for visiting Tarot Illumination. And I'm supposed to mention, I forgot, if you're interested in one of the Tarot Illumination scarves, there's going to be a little button up here. You press that and it takes you to the ticket thing, okay? It's a raffle, by the way. So cards are already well shuffled in advance, but I'm just going to the last second so that you are a witness, Virgo, and then we're going to make the best of it, okay? So hang in. Here we go. We're just going to cut it and cut it there. All right. Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on. I like to think of this as a heart spread, like the journey of the heart. Okay, so we're going to start from here. This would be you at the core heart center of yourself, not your consciousness, not your thoughts, not your fears, not your excitement and thrills or, tasks or chores. This is your pulsing heart, which knows everything. This is legacy energy. Call it your baggage or your history, past lives, or the last week or two, whatever you want. This is coming with you. Okay, this is the ever-present now, where we all are, whether we like it or not. Like forget the past, forget the future. This is the now as you move through the month that we call November. Okay, and this is you taking your energy of all of this and doing what we do, making decisions about what are you going to do next. Whether it's, oh, it's time to take a shower, oh, it's time to, take the kids for a walk or drive them to school, whatever it is, you're making decisions. Oh, are we going to go get ice cream tonight or something? Who knows? This is the energy of decisions, and decisions always have outcomes which pulse inside of us as things what we call like joy or sorrow or hopes and fears or expectations. So that would be over here later. But how are we going to make these decisions effectively so that it works for what's best for you? What's the most loving way to act and make these decisions? Because what's best for you, Virgo, is best for everyone else, okay? Loving you first. Over here is, let's just say you kind of go along with the laws of attraction, laws of karma, laws of nature, universal laws of truth. Then you would understand that you kind of create your own life as you go along. If you feel that life happens to you from the outside and then you're supposed to react, then this would feel more like fated energy, okay? That's over here. This is the card we mentioned earlier, the joys and sorrows, like what if? What if it all works out? What if it doesn't? And this is like the momentum, okay? Where does this all lead? I hope you can see. Can you see there's a little heart here? I'm trying to make it look like a heart for you. Okay, that would be the heart. And the journey goes like so, okay? And that's you at the very, very, very core, all right? And of course, this too shall change. This is the weather. We're going to look at this. It does not own you. You're just going to make the best of it. And you have the Five of Pentacles. So if it feels like your surroundings are giving hints to you that in some ways you might feel like things are not what they could be or what they should be, it's let's just say everything around you has the hallmarks of like lack. Just put it lack. And when you also allow for like the deeper impressions on these cards, it's on the understanding that all the resources that you need are there. It's just that we might have made decisions over time, especially regarding how we relate to other people, the people with whom we surround ourselves, that lead to a situation or a place of lack. I'm not saying like all of a sudden you're broke. What it means is that there's like a lack uh, of what could be, of what should be, simply because of our innocence coming to this point in the journey. We're only 5 cards along here, but it's on the understanding that we all make decisions almost every day that involve how we relate to other people. And so if you're like born as one of those people who understands that you surround yourself with talent is a really good business model for living life, then great. This would be less likely to happen. But if you're born being one of those people, and there's millions of us who just naturally give everything away in order to accommodate the surroundings, then you might have just, unwittingly put yourself in a state of impoverishment in some way or another: body, mind, heart, soul, health, relationships, housing, careers, family, whatever it might be, simply because of unconscious attitudes, perceptions, and behaviors that we've inherited or learned or were taught. Let's have a look. At the core heart, we have, wow, this is beautiful, Virgo. This is the High Priestess. It feels to me, for you, Virgo, it's like this like serene awareness that it's almost like, okay, let's just say you're just blink. You're sitting there, you're pondering things. It's almost like you're just living your life, and then you're driving your minivan, or you're going to school, or you're making the evening dinner or something like that, or you're just about to get ready for your favorite show, and then suddenly you go click. You realize, wow, oh my gosh, there's so much more to life than I realized. I didn't know that all of this stuff here that has led to certain like levels of impoverishment in my life and my world are simply the cause of just being who I am, the decisions that we make. And wow, the big mysteries unfolded. In other words, everything is exactly as it should be, even in its state of lack. That's perfectly okay. It's perfectly normal. It's really important to understand and be aware of like the shadow sides of life so that we can come to terms with it and grow into it. So you might be having these beautiful like mystical moments where you're almost getting a chance to see behind the veil about what really works and how it really works without having to shout about it or become all sorts of, you don't have to be a guru. You don't have to be go on a spiritual journey or anything. This is just a profound, deep soul, let's say, state of being where you realize like everything is exactly as it should be, including the mysteries of everything that we don't understand. It's, we're not all seers. We can't all see, uh, you know, 10 years into our future. You might want to plan for that. People like to do that. They want stability and wealth and substance in their lives. They don't want to end up broke and poor in one way or another. So we plan for that. We plan for careers. We plan for jobs and mortgages. We plan for savings. We plan for building a future that has wealth and substance. And yet we still fail. At some point, we fail of this decision or this relationship or these people or that people, or whatever it might be, which leads to impoverishment. But that's part of the mystery of life, learning how it is. And it's all beautiful. The whole thing is beautiful anyway. This is just a period. This too shall change, okay, Virgo? So don't stress out. You don't have to stress. It's just a kind of a period of deep soul awakening in the most serene way possible, where you just accept it and and you can own it. You can actually own it. Like, wow, now I get it. I really, really kind of get what's happening. But it's in a very, very subtle way where you might not even have a language for it, where you just know it and you feel it in your sense of being. And then you just move on accordingly. And you don't have to tell everybody in the world about this. It's just you. It's very, very private. And you can observe that and own that. Like the little analogy I made just earlier about having that moment of witnessing what goes on behind the veil. You don't have to tell everybody in the living room or in your workplace or at school or on the bus or on the airplane, hey, guess what I just found out, people? No, it's not like that. It's just you suddenly know, you understand that there is a vast other world going on besides your simple three-dimensional elements. And it's a beautiful, beautiful mystery. All right, let's have a look. What are you bringing in with you? Okay. Oh, big cards, Virgo. You're bringing in a realization that you are totally, totally, totally redeemed, and that it's also, I feel that these two cards are very, very closely connected. Like at the at these very, very deep soul levels, you're understanding that your life is really morphing, really, really changing in ways that are more or less irreversible. And it's almost like you're realizing, no, well, actually, here, you're bringing it in with you. You've realized in a very, very, you might just be getting like the first glimpses of it, but you do realize fully that you are having a chance to start over with a clean slate, where you might have to do a lot of forgiving of others, and others might have to do a lot of forgiving of you, redemption, reconciliation. And it's very, very beautiful, but it's also extremely demanding because you might have been carrying a lot of things and a lot of ways of being that have been, let's just say, hidden or secret or tolerated or just say mysterious because you weren't even aware of it. But now it's coming to the surface here in November that big, big changes are coming. And everything that who you are, where you've come from, how you have been living your life was exactly how as it should be, because it can't be any other way. Simple laws of physics. And now you're facing into a new world of unfolding where you get to start from scratch again, totally redeemed and forgiven in a way that allows you to realize that, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Like if you've realized how you might have impoverished yourself up to this point, then it doesn't have to be this way in the future because you can realize that, wow, I have the option to surround myself with talent, surround myself with good, loving people. You might have that already in a very, very beautiful way, but there's a whole new level of understanding that needs to be understood as the mystery unfolds. And this could be a little bit weird for you, Virgo, uh, because the energy of mystery can be very, very hard for people to understand. They want to have mysteries solved. You know, when you watch murder mystery shows, maybe you're one of those people who can figure out the ending before everyone else. Great. I'm not. I can't do that. I like to know what's happening at the end, but the whole beauty of it is that it is a mystery, typically right up to the very, very last moment. So you're living through that kind of energy right now here through November, Virgo, where you're like in the middle or maybe even the early stages of realizing, oh my gosh, I'm kind of living through this mystery show where you are the star, you're at the center of it. You've realized you've been like granted this role to start drop in from scratch, like they do on a TV show. Like, here are the characters, here's the situation, boom. That's you, Virgo. You're the star of the show, and all this mystery is going to unfold around you, where all the bad things that happen are revealed, and all the good things that happened are going to be revealed right at the very, very tippy end. Ha 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 ha. Do 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 do. Tarot Lumination is not a fortune teller. Ha ha ha. Anyway, what are you doing living in the now? So, with the Knight of Swords here, you, Virgo, in your sublime awareness that this is actually happening, this is real energy for you, Virgo, here, what we just described, you might be realizing it and thinking, my gosh, this is kind of a big deal. I really need to tell everybody. I really need to recalibrate my whole, let's say, like perceptions, attitudes, ways of, let's say, expressing myself or conducting myself in my life going forward that works. In other words, it's the excitement of realizing that you are evolving, that you are recalibrating, and then wanting to charge forward with it. But this is a little bit over the top. So it might feel like things are kind of overwhelming. In other words, as you come to the realizations about how we can create our own undoing simply through decisions day by day by day, that's an amazing way to start a mystery movie. Okay, wow, like it's like just the first opening minutes of the movie where you realize, oh my gosh, this is going to be really cool because you've got all this going in, and this is the backstory that is already clearly presented in the first opening 10, 20 minutes of the movie, and now you have a chance to recalibrate. So this is the energy of moving forward now into the movie, with the excitement and thrill of realizing that, oh, this could be very, very satisfying, because it means having to, let's say, incorporate new attitudes, new thoughts, new understandings, new concepts of being, and then starting to own that. But this energy has to play out over a period of time. And you don't want to stumble over yourself to try and like leapfrog to the end of the movie to try and figure this stuff out. There's no spoilers allowed, okay? You have to live through life day by day with the rest of us, Virgo. Uh, no skipping ahead. Like if you're reading a book, you're not going to skip to the end to find out who wins, who loses, who whatever. You're going to live through it page by page, chapter by chapter, like the rest of us. Okay, even though you might be excited and you want to get there, that's great. Let's have a look. So in the moment, as you live through this period that we call November, what is this? This is the energy of decisions. How am I going to carry myself with this level of understanding, which is very profound, and it could trigger a lot of excitement, like, oh, I get it, I understand. Things are mystery. It's okay to have mystery. I get to start from scratch. Cool, let's do that. Then these are the decisions that you make moving forward. Oh boy. Virgo, my feeling here with the Wheel of Fortune is like, to me, it feels like total like surrender to what you could feel as fate. Let's say you just abandon yourself to the fate of this process, where you think, you know what, since there's no way, because you've never seen a preview of the movie for this Virgo journey through November. So there's no way to figure out what could be the closing chapters. You're going to live through it. But that can make you feel like things are extremely fated, because you don't have any like bearings or any foothold or any clues going along, except as you go along. So every time you make a decision, it's almost like you're going blind and having to just completely just wing it, just totally wing it, knowing that, okay, well, if this is how it's going to be moving forward through the month, then that's how it's going to be. I'm just going to have to wing it and make decisions, decision by decision, one at a time, and like, crossing your fingers, hoping that you make the right decision. Because this is now actually to the point where you are actually living through your movie. You're living through this divine mystery where you've had a chance to restart and recalibrate. However, with the Wheel of Fortune energy there, it's an indication that my feeling is that it doesn't really matter what you decide. I'm not saying you can just like abandon the process of decision making and allow yourself to float through the mystery. What I'm suggesting is that you still have to make conscious decisions, but you're not going to be condemned for making a decision to go here and neglecting that. And you won't be condemned for making a decision to go here at the expense of that. It's almost like it doesn't matter. You have permission to like create your reality as you go along, decision by decision, which is a very, very powerful and effective way of sensing immediately how your decisions have consequences and impacts and outcomes. So in a way, it's very exciting. You realize the power of decision making, how decision making is like at the root of how you create like your reality, decision by decision by decision. Oh, wow, I messed up that one. Oh, wow, that one worked really well. Oh, no, I messed up. Oh, wow, that worked really well. Cool. Wow. And then you learn. Okay. So let's keep going. How do you do that so that you don't crash and burn? Okay. Because there's a lot of excitement here going on with this realization. This feels like extremely new energy over here with Tarot Lumination for me to communicate to you, Virgo. So grasping and understanding these dynamics could be very exciting, but it could also lead to like overdoing it a little bit. So we have to be very careful so that as you make decisions, you don't like hurt others on the way, and you don't allow others to hurt you. Okay, so how do we do that? Okay, let's just take it back to like um, come back down to earth a little bit here. With the Ten of Pentacles, let's just say um, your environment has got your back. You've you've kind of got, it's almost like you're bulletproof in such a way that it's almost like you're in the right place at the right time with the right people for the right reasons for this to unfold and happen in such a way that even if you do mess up on a wacky decision and it goes really south, it's not going to matter. You've got your friends, your family, your loved ones. You've got almost like infinite resources available to you that will act like a big cushion. In other words, you know, when they do those movies and there's this big scary stunt and you're making a decision, am I going to let go? Am I ever going to make it? You're hanging off the end of a cliff or something. Oh no, I'm not going to make it. I have no choice. I'm too weak. I just have to let go and trust in the great beyond. And then you let go and everybody in the movie goes, oh no. But then you land on a big pile of cushions. You know how they do that in movies. They fall from the building and they just accidentally land on top of a massive dumpster full of trash bags, which are kind of soft and mushy. Yeah, messy, but you still made it. Okay, very, very cool. And if you made the right decisions and you land in a bed of roses, then that's cool too. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You're making decisions knowing that you're safe and guided and protected, and there's some amazing, beautiful, mysterious energy, like divine protection, divine understanding, and it's very serene and calm, where uh, like your angels and like your celestial beings are really, really happy for you that you have made it this far in life to the point where you realize this is an exciting journey and you're learning about decisions and how they have consequences, and you are protected because you've got all this. You might live in a place with home or family or people or surroundings in such a way that it's actually very valuable. You might not be a multi-billionaire or anything, but the core ingredients that really, really count are there for you, and you are there for them. So in other words, you know, you're living through your journey here, like the mystery. You're living through the Virgo mystery right now, where the whole theme and the plot of the movie is understanding how every decision counts, for better or worse, and it doesn't matter. You're going to get through anyway, but you're also in an environment where everyone else is living their own version of their own movie, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be a mystery. It could be a drama or a thriller, whatever, but it's all okay. You're with good people. You're one of the good people. You're there for them when they need you. They're there for you when you need them. Okay? So you can't go wrong. You just simply can't go wrong in that regard. All you have to do is love yourself first and trust and know and understand that you've got the resources and the divine blessings to get through this, and the forgiveness to start from scratch completely without any burdens or, let's say, hangovers or debts. Okay, moving forward, what do we got? Okay, so King of Wands energy, this can make you feel very empowered, like this is exciting. My gosh, as you start to learn how the energy of decisions actually works, it can be very empowering and inspiring for yourself, to the point where every moment that you get it and realize how this actually works, the process of decision making, that brings you further and further into alignment with your true self, your true sovereignty of self, which can now radiate as like someone who's lived through it now. You've lived through this stuff, so you know this, you own this, you understand this, you become a master, you have the credentials, and you have the dignity and sovereignty of self to radiate that. So you can, you know, gently, decision by decision, rise more and more into your own true identity. You're like, it's individuating yourself into yourself like never before. So that's very good. Let's have a look. Now, with this big card here, the Wheel of Fortune, on the understanding that there are, you know, one tiny decision can have huge outcomes or consequences, or one seemingly very big decision might only have tiny little outcomes. We don't know because you're still learning about the energy of big decisions. So in other words, over here, every time you're making the decision, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Or go here or go there? You know that it's going to have consequences. You're starting to feel it in your bones. Like, so it's like, what if it works? What if it doesn't? Then you have kablam, the tower. So with the tower here, you get these stark, like blinding awakenings and realizations that, my gosh, it does come down to decisions. It's an amazing concept, and it's an amazing awareness to realize that every day we're making decisions. Should I contact that person or not? Should I send a text or not? Should I apply for that loan? Should I retreat from this dangerous situation, or should I dive into this dangerous situation? Whatever it is, it has consequences. Sometimes the consequences are epic, okay, to the point where it's life-changing. One tiny decision can have massive, epic, life-changing outcomes. Kerblam. Like all of a sudden, you decide to tell the truth to somebody about something that you've hidden for a long time that has led to a deep sense of long, slow, lingering impoverishment. And you decide, you know what? I'm done with that. I'm just going to tell you, guess what, so-and-so? It's time you knew blah, 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 blah. And of course, it might be devastating for them, which could have backlash devastating for you, but you're clear and free. The truth will set you free. It's a very, very beautiful theme. The Tower can be a very, probably the most powerful healing card in the deck, if you want to look at it that way, because it blows away anything and everything that is no longer belonging to you. It allows you to start from scratch. It might feel absolutely cataclysmic, but it's also very, very liberating. It's the ultimate reveal it to heal it card. Let's put it that way. So what happens if you don't make the right decision? You still get this anyway. It doesn't matter, okay? You learn the hard way or you learn the cool way, the fun way. It doesn't matter. You're going to learn. You're going to figure it out. So let's see. Where does that take us here? This is there's a lot of major arcana here, Virgo. What's going on? It might feel like this is a very like fated time period for you where these epic things are happening in a way that's exciting. That's cool. But, you know, this will change. Maybe December will be a very gentle month. Who knows? Let's see. Kaboom. Okay, let's say with the Three of Hearts here. Remember, this is all in the mind. You know, this is the Swords card. It's not a Cups card, but it's very, very vivid. It's hard not to see the heart there with the three swords going through it. And this is not a love and relationship reading. We're just talking broad energy here. There's another playlist for love and relationship, okay? So what can happen, Virgo, is that with these stark awakenings, with the understanding the power of decisions, and reclaiming your power and coming into your power integrity and being willing to live through the mystery and allow the mystery unfold, it can bring about situations that might feel unpleasant, that are very, very connected to do with the healing, okay? Where there might be a profound sense of like when, let's just say, when the next level of your life starts to unfold and certain truths become evident, certain facts, certain new realizations where, my gosh, my true sense of love and happiness at the core of my being really does revolve around fundamental life decisions. This or that, this person or that person. And it could indicate that, well, if I go with this person here, or this situation here, it could be the loss of that. And the loss of that could feel very devastating. Do you see how these are combined? But the devastation and the loss could also be very, very healing, extremely liberating, because it allows this to come to the surface, because this might have been buried and ignored and denied for a long time in a way that it now needs to be dealt with and revealed in order to heal it, because you might have been willing to endure long periods of heartache, pain and suffering because of your capacity to do so, Virgo. Maybe you're just very astute and methodical at brushing away and tidying up, let's say, deep heartache and pain, and it's no longer acceptable. So this is coming to the surface in order to be blown away, all right? Let's just put it, I don't want to talk anymore. I don't want to mess up the reading. Watch for your sun, moon, rising. Reinterpret however you need. And I'll just put this over here. If you want to get one of those raffle tickets for the scarf, there's going to be a little button up here, like a white circle, tiny white circle. Press that. Okay, bye Virgo. Bye.